Greetings, everybody. I've got new atheists on the brain. I was watching a video by Lawrence Krauss. He's one of our resident atheists here over at Arizona State University, kind of one of the second-tier new atheist guys. But he wrote the book A Universe from Nothing, which is a huge bestseller. Although the book itself doesn't even come close to demonstrating that a universe could actually come into existence unaided out of nothing. It does demonstrate that a fairly bright Arizona State University professor could write a book that amounts to nothing. So anyway, in this video that I was watching, he was debating someone, and he made this point that a lot of the new atheists make it. They all kind of echo this. I don't know which one of them came up with it first, but the rest of them should be paying that guy royalties. And that is this most of these atheist guys, these materialists, are scientists. So one of the little saws that they all repeat is, I, as a materialist, as an atheist, as a scientist, actually find that the universe is more fascinating, more inspiring, more wondrous because it is random, uncreated, unguided, just fell together this way over billions of years. And they say that as though that's somehow supposed to be a challenge or a refutation of the theistic or the classic Judeo-Christian view. Of course, for theists, we look at the universe and at the wonder and the majesty and the beauty and the order and the functioning of the universe over the vast sweeps of time and space. And we are awed by the work of the Creator, right? We see in the universe the fingerprints of God, who brought it into existence out of nothing and who ordered it and who set it in motion. And so we marvel at the universe itself, but in marveling at the universe, we also marvel at the works and the providence and the power and the intelligence of the God who created it. So this new atheist thing, I think, is kind of aimed at that, to say, hey, listen, throw God out the window. He doesn't exist. The universe just randomly fell together this way. It's all random chance, but that makes it even more wondrous and inspiring. So I've always been kind of annoyed by that, because the new atheists say a lot of goofy stuff. I think that's one of the goofiest things they say. And on the surface, it can seem to make sense, right? All of us have gone out under a night sky and looked up, and you just see the vastness and the stars. And if you believe that all that just kind of randomly fell together, I think at the beginning you would be kind of like, wow, it's just mind-boggling that, over billions of years, trillions and trillions of random nano events combined to just produce this universe that we see, and of course us in it. And I think at the beginning that was kind of impressive. However, I think that the idea that somehow that is supposed to make the universe more inspiring, wondrous, and awe-inspiring than the creationist view, the theistic view, I think is nonsense. So let me give you an example. Let's say I went to the Louvre, right? The Louvre is the most famous art museum in the world, gallery upon gallery filled with tens of thousands of works of art by some of the greatest artists in history. And if you were to go to the Louvre, you walk through the galleries, you would look at each piece of art, and of course next to that piece there would be a placard. And the placard would introduce you to the artist, right? So this is a Rembrandt, this is a Van Gogh, this is a Picasso, this is a Raphael or a Michelangelo. And then it would give you a little biographical information about the artist and about the particular school maybe that artist belongs to, and then something about the work. This was produced in this year during this period in the artist's career, and maybe some of the stuff that was going on, in his life or his society. And that helps you appreciate the art at a much deeper level, because now you're not just looking at a beautiful painting, but it has context. And you're also looking, in a sense, through the painting. It then becomes a window into the artist, into the artist's mind, into the artist's motivations, his or her challenges or triumphs, personal history, and even some of their aspirations, right? So it's meeting a person through their art, through their work. That has always been the Judeo-Christian view of the universe, right? That we come to know God, we come to appreciate God and understand God better by way of what he has done. St. Paul says that in Romans chapter 1. And so there's an analogy that theists have always used, Judeo-Christian theists, for God, that God is like a great artist and the universe is his magnum opus, right? His great work. And so in the art, the universe, we come to know and understand and appreciate not only the universe itself, but also the God who made it, the great artist. And the canvas on which God works this great work, the universe, is all of space and all of time. So, okay, back to our new atheist friends. They look at it and they say, well, there is no God, so that's a bunch of nonsense. We're just secularists, materialists, atheists, meaning all that exists is matter in motion. That's Thomas Hobbes, one of the fathers of modern philosophy, said everything is reducible to matter and motion, which means there's no meta physics, meta meaning above or beyond. So there's nothing above or beyond the physical, the material, which means the explanation for everything is just matter being shoved through the void of time and space by the inexorable laws of physics, therefore random chance. So back to the Louvre now. If you were to believe what the atheists say, that the universe being thrown together by random chance instead of a great work of art by the great artist, creator, God, it would be like saying that the Louvre is just a museum of random chance, right? You can go to Louvre, again, galleries and galleries, tens of thousands of pieces in there, but as you stood before each piece, you would look at the placard in the Museum of Random Chance, where Lawrence Krauss and his fellow new atheists are so inspired, and the placard would say, there is no artist. This piece is the product of trillions of nano events over billions of years that randomly just fell together this way. And so you'd move to the next piece and you look at it, and the placard again would say, there is no artist. This piece is the outcome of trillions of nano events over billions of years that just fell together this way at random. And so on and so forth with all the tens of thousands of pieces in the Museum of Random Chance. Now, their argument is that the Museum of Random Chance would be more inspiring, more awe-striking, more wondrous than the Louvre. And I think that's complete nonsense. I think that's absolutely goofy, right? So the Louvre is inspiring not only because of the beauty of the work of art, but also, and even more importantly, I think, because of the context of the artist who made it. In the Museum of Random Chance, there is no artist, as it says on the placard. I think initially you might be like, man, I mean, that looks like, people in the park on a sunny Sunday afternoon in Paris. That's incredible that just fell together, molecules formed into pigments and rubbed up against this material, and then while billions of years later, and so I think that kind of fascination, kind of like the just mind-blowing what are the odds kind of fascination, could hold for a little while, but there would be a point, and I think it would be pretty quick, in the Museum of Random Chance, where you'd be looking at yet another piece that has no artist, that is randomly thrown together over billions of years, and you'd just kind of be like, all right, I think we're done here. I'm just going to go get a cheeseburger and a beer, right? Whereas in the Louvre, you see the art, and through the art, you see the artist. A person, you, the viewer, meets another person, the artist, and that's the fascination. Just like in the universe, we see the beauty in the work of art that God has created, and through that window, we come to see and appreciate and are drawn into a deeper fascination with God. So that's my thoughts on that. The Museum of Random Chance, I don't think, can hold a candle to the Louvre. Neither can a universe without a creator hold a candle to the one we actually live in, which happens to be God's universe, which is why his fingerprints are all over it. So there you go. Have a great day.